All right, guys, let me talk some Lakers after the first preseason game of the Lakers. I'm going to talk some Lakers this season, and I'm going to talk some Knicks this season. Two of my favorite teams right now. Knicks will always be number one. There's no question about that, but I'm going to talk some Lakers as well. I've heard a couple guys weigh in on the first preseason game of the Lakers. Of course, Luka Doncic didn't play. LeBron James didn't play because his ass hurts. And then we're looking at the guys that actually did play. Of course, ESPN and everybody else focused on Bronny James. Don't know why, because he's not the best player out of the ones that are left, but whatever. I guess clicks is important. But Bronny James came out and he actually did this. He played 24 minutes, played second most out of all the guys. Dalton Knecht played more. He played 26. Bronny James comes out, minus 12 for the game, 8 points, 1 of 8 from 3-point range, 1 of 12 from the field. Knecht, 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3-point range. The only player that actually played pretty good, you had Austin Reeves. But I want to weigh in on one thing. Austin Reeves, just want to say he was 6 of 11 from the field, 1 of 5 in threes, 7 of 7 in free throws, minus 9 for the game, 20 points overall. And Rui Hachimura, 3 of 12, 1 of 4 3-pointers, 4 of 7 free throws. DeAndre Ayton had 8 boards, 1 point, minus 2 for the game, 0 for 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from free throws, 18 minutes. Not crazy, but I wanna weigh on this because I've heard. First of all, it's a freaking preseason game, okay? So don't weigh in too much on any of this. It's a preseason game. Second of all, I see too many people going out of their way like, oh my God, man, Bronny he did 1 of 12. He shot like 8%. Guy sucks, this and that. He is what he is, and that's not going to change. I mean, an offseason is not going to make this dude be a very productive role player all of a sudden. I think he's going to be who he is for the remainder of LeBron James' contract. And if LeBron James leaves the Lakers after this season, Bronny James will leave the Lakers after this season. His contract is still there, but he's not going to be on the team, or he's not going to be playing at all. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. That's just what I see. Now, all of these players that are putting up bad numbers shooting, I'm not looking much into it because from what we've heard and we were told through the media, JJ Redick, their coach, told us himself that they're doing a lot of like a shitload of sprints, shitload of conditioning, a lot of like conditioning work. They're exhausted. Their legs are tired as hell. If you don't have your legs, you don't have your shot. I think that's just the residual effects of doing all the conditioning work where they don't have their shot. I'm not saying these Lakers are going to be some great team all of a sudden when they get rested or their legs get stronger or stuff like that and they get used to these workouts. But this is just a lot of conditioning work right now. Their legs are tired. Like half of these guys don't even know each other. So they're kind of playing touch and go. They don't know who does what or whatever. Ayton came in, big piece. It's a different team. So don't look into these numbers much. I want to see how this second game goes for the Lakers. Of course, every game they're going to try to improve a little bit because the season is getting closer and then the games start counting. And I believe Luka might be playing today. I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. I know he didn't play for the first game because of rest. I mean, he played in the Olympics and stuff like that. So, or Eurobasket. So I'm not looking much into it. Yes, I'm looking for improvement from game to game, and we will see what happens. I'm expecting LeBron James be out at least half a preseason. if not the whole preseason, and then maybe the beginning of the season. Maybe he can go and practice some 3-point shots at some other streamer's house or dance around and twerk and things like that. We don't know. That's probably allowed by the Lakers. That's the kind of movement he can do. But we'll see how that goes. But overall, I said, don't look too much into what happened game 1. Let's see what happens in game 2. Every single game of preseason, they have to look for some kind of an improvement so they can start the season strong and with a good idea of what they're doing, you know, what their game plan's going to be and stuff like that. So that's just my opinion. I don't feel this Lakers team is going to be a big threat in the West this season. I just don't see with who. I also saw after the first game the press conference of DeAndre Ayton, and Ayton was sitting there and he said, you know, I wanted my teammates to know I'm there for, you know, for defense. I'm going to try to play some defense. I'm not here for numbers and stuff like that. This just tells me one thing. The guy is capable, because we saw flashes of what he's capable on the offensive end, especially in Portland and in Phoenix. We saw flashes of it. The guy can be a very good offensive player. There's no hunger. There's just no hunger. He's just there to fit in, do what he's supposed to do. He's acting like a role player, which, as a young guy like that, with as much talent as he has, I don't think he should be acting as a role player. I think he should be coming in there like, okay, let me get mine. Let me show them what I can do. But he's not wired that way, or he's overwhelmed by the Lakers legacy and the Laker greats and the whole franchise and all that other stuff. I don't know. Maybe LeBron James and Luka on the same team and he's surrounded by stars. I have no clue. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the approach so far, the mental approach for Ayton, in my opinion, is just wrong. He should have come into the training camp and to this team with a different mindset, in my opinion, especially most likely being the starting center for the Lakers. And they need not only rebounds, not only defense, they need some offense from this dude too. They need to move the ball into the center position and have a threat down there. And if he's just, you know, whatever I can get, then that ain't going to work too well for the Lakers. That's just my thoughts right now after game 1. And let's see what happens in game 2 today. And I'll be back to talk about that as well. So let me know what you guys think. If you're a Laker fan, if you want to chime in, comment section's open. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.